Hello, everybody. This is me talking about Mrs. Flood. Fairies and Mrs. Flood. Yeah. So, in Doctor Who, Mrs. Well, series 14 and 15 of Doctor Who, we have faced a repeating character called Mrs. Flood. Now, Mrs. Flood is was the neighbour of Ruby Sunday, but now mysteriously happens to be the neighbour of Belinda Chandler, which is the new companion. But if you look deeper, there are clues in every episode, and this contributes to some pretty weird, wacky, and maybe believable Doctor Who theories to who Miss Flood really is. Now, number one, Mrs. Flood is a reincarnation of River Song. If you, well, Whovians are familiar with River Song from the 11th Doctor's first half, first series, right? Where, had Amy Pond and Rory Williams. River Song is the daughter of Amy Pond and Rory Williams. But here is a theory I have to put to you. Mrs. Flood could be a reincarnation of River Song. If you look at the names River Song, River and Flood. Rivers, if a river gets too full, it floods. And that is the link. The names are interlinked by that theme, water. And could this mean we are seeing an incarnation of River Song? It's not entirely impossible because we have seen sometimes where characters have came back. Like Sarah Jane came back in David Tennant's episode with Martha Jones, which is going in the school of the Crillatines. So this could be another case of that. We've also seen Sutek come back, which links to the next theory. A member of Mrs. Flood could be a member of the Pantheon of Gods. So, if you reflect upon Shooty Gatwa's series and the final of the 60th anniversary specials, you'll be aware of the Pantheon of Gods. Now, we've had Lux Imperator. That was like the most recent Pantheon member we have had. But we've also had the Maestro, Sutek, and the Celestial Toymaker. But people are saying that Mrs. Flood could be the trickster. Now, I urge you to go watch some of the Sarah Jane adventures to find out exactly more about the trickster. But the trickster is actually, and this is where things are going to get complicated. Things are going to get down into the nitty gritty of Doctor Who. People think that, the trickster in the Sarah Jane adventures crashed Sarah Jane's wedding, but the 10th Doctor came in and saved the day. But people think the trickster could be Mrs. Flood, or the vice versa. Now, this theory is the most, I'm not going to say untrue, but the weirdest theory I've came across to do with Mrs. Flood. Mrs. Flood could be the BBC. I know. But this has stemmed from the line limited time only, show ends May 24th. Doctor Who series doesn't end on May the 24th, but it's pointing to Wish World. And Wish World is the penultimate episode of this series. Could this be hinting at Wish World delving more into the into Miss Flood? Is Miss Flood going to be a prominent character in that episode? Are we going to get more of an appearance than just the end of the episode? But I'm also going to say that I wholeheartedly disbelieve that Mrs. Flood is the BBC. Now, other Whovians are speculating that Mrs. Flood is the Rani. Now, I'm going to say I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. I don't even believe that the Rani's coming back. I don't believe that. And just to put it out there, it's unrelated to Mrs. Flood, but I'm just putting it out there. Doctor Who isn't cancelled. This isn't the last ever Doctor Who series you're ever going to see. It could just be marking the end of of Disney's contract with the BBC. It's not saying Doctor Who's gone. It's not cancelled. And don't believe anything that says that Doctor Who isn't cancelled. But I'm going to say this. It has been confirmed that Matt Smith is the 16th Doctor. Now, we don't know that it is also very certain that in the Reality War we could get a regeneration of Ncuti Gatwa. But to further my point that, I'm going to just emphasize real quickly. It's becoming more and more clear that Mrs. Flood is a good character, not a bad character. Although people have picked up on how Mrs. Flood is seeming to break the fourth wall. And the fourth wall is essentially the connection between the audience and what's on the screen. And essentially, any viewers of this episode are essentially the fourth wall of this episode. So I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm gonna wholeheartedly say we're going to find out more about Mrs. Flood in the upcoming series. This might add to our theories. This might help our theories. This might convey more towards our theories. And we're going to talk more about the Doctor. And also, I'm new to YouTube. I am Greg Stewart, but you are going to enjoy my channel. This is Doctor Who Everything. I talk about incarnations. I'm going to be talking about the every single Doctor, theories, reviewing episodes, that kind of thing. And if you're a Whovian, you're going to love this channel. And also, keep an eye out for any Doctor Who. Any of my Doctor Who content. Like and subscribe. and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss any of my content. And also comment which theory you resonate with and what your own Mrs. Flood theories are, because I am very interested in finding out what you have to say about Mrs. Flood or what theories of Mrs. Flood you have.